Get ready to blast off into the unknown, because we're about to unravel a mind-blowing secret hidden in plain sight at one of the world's most famous mysteries, Stonehenge. With over 2 million visitors each year, you'd think we know this UNESCO sensation inside out, but trust us, there's so much more to discover. Scientists have made an astonishing breakthrough, revealing a long-concealed link between our beloved stone circle and, you guessed it, aliens. Join the journey as we delve into the enigmatic world of Stonehenge, where ancient mysteries meet extraterrestrial intrigue. Let's start at the beginning. Its construction was no overnight sensation. It took thousands of years to build this wonder, with the initial phase kicking off around 3000 BC and evolving through several dramatic transformations over time. Let's dive back into time and uncover the fascinating layers of Stonehenge. It all began around 3000 BC with a groundbreaking earthwork project, creating a henge, essentially a circular ditch and bank structure. But this wasn't just any ordinary fence, it marked the beginning of an enigmatic landscape that would continue to evolve over millennia. As we move into Phase 2, around 2900 BC, things get seriously monumental when the Sarsen Circle comes into play. 30 colossal standing stones, each tipping the scales at a whopping 25 tons, were erected within this circular structure. It's hard not to be in awe of these engineering marvels that have stood strong for over 500 years. Then we reach Phase 3 around 2500 BC and discover an even deeper layer of significance with the introduction of smaller blue stones from Wales, each one holding a unique cultural value for those who built this timeless wonder. Fast forward to Phase 4 around 1500 BC, when the final touches were added to this legendary monument. You've probably heard of some of these iconic stones: the altar stone, slaughter stone, and heel stone. But did you know they weren't actually the foundation pieces? They came later, bringing a touch of elegance to an already awe-inspiring sight. Meanwhile, beneath our feet lies another story waiting to be uncovered. The Aubrey holes, those mysterious pits that surround Stonehenge, hold a secret. Human remains were once buried within them. And it's not just any bones, cremated ashes of the ancestors make up most of these remains. Over 5 centuries, from 3000 to 2500 BC, people placed their loved ones' ashes either inside or near these sacred holes, connecting individuals with specific stones, a testament to the strong bond between Stonehenge and its people. But as time went on, this practice shifted. Later cremations were scattered across the peripheral ditch, showing that people began viewing the site more as a place of remembrance for all their ancestors rather than just a few special ones. This shift in reverence reflects how deeply intertwined humans are with these ancient structures. And it's an important reminder to respect our forebears' connections to these places. A major discovery during re-excavation in 2008 revealed an incredibly intact cremated adult woman's burial near Aubrey Hole 7, dated back to around 3090-2900 BC. This find showcased just how incomplete Hawley's original methods were. The re-examination of bone fragments from 2008 further shed light on the ages and diversity of those buried at Stonehenge. By counting specific skeletal elements like occipital bones or petrous temporal bones, we can establish a minimum of 22 adult individuals. The presence of 2 pubic symphyses and 9 auricular surfaces pushed this number even higher to 29 adults. Age ranges were also established from 15 years old to 49 years old for 7 more individuals. And what's truly fascinating is the physical health indicators found among these remains, such as intervertebral disc disease or severe wear on a molar root, hinting at mature or older adults being amongst those laid to rest here. The re-examination not only pushed the minimum number of adults buried at Stonehenge to an astonishing 29, but also showed a ratio of about 4.4 adults for every 1 subadult, which defies the expected child mortality patterns in pre-industrial societies. This could imply that there was a preference for burying adults here instead of children or juveniles, contrasting sharply with practices seen in earlier Neolithic sites across Britain. The disparity between Hawley's documented cremation burials and bone fragments from Aubrey Hole 7 further highlights inconsistencies in burial quantities among different locations within the site, an estimated range of 150 to 240 cremations. Despite these revelations, one question still remains shrouded in mystery: how did the massive stones end up here? Comprising 2 distinct types, with sarsens forming the outer circle and smaller blue stones making up the inner one. This architectural marvel is a testament to the ingenuity of our ancestors. Imagine constructing something with stones weighing up to 25 tons each, like giant Lego blocks, brought from as far away as Walesay. That's a staggering 150 miles. The sarsen stones, originating from Marlborough Downs, are massive sandstone blocks used for the outer circle, while smaller blue stones, composed of dolerite and igneous rock, make up the inner one. These blue stones, weighing between 2 to 5 tons each, were transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, an astronomical distance that leaves us baffled about how they managed it. Theories suggest a combination of water transport along the coast and then overland dragging to get these heavy stones to Stonehenge's doorstep. But what's even more puzzling is why these two types of stone were chosen, given their vastly different origins. Despite various theories trying to crack this mystery, one thing remains clear. Whoever built Stonehenge was a mastermind when it came to engineering and logistics. Theories abound about how Stonehenge's massive blue stones from Wales ended up in Wiltshire. Some propose glaciers, while others suggest rivers played a role. But the most widely accepted idea is that humans laboriously moved them overland, even though we lack concrete evidence to back it up. Despite this gap in knowledge, there's no denying the strong connection between Stonehenge and astronomy. The monument's layout seems carefully designed to mirror celestial movements during key events like the solstices. On the summer solstice, as the sun rises, its rays align perfectly with the heel stone, a colossal marker just outside the main circle of stones. This alignment creates an awe-inspiring visual effect, potentially signifying the beginning of the summer season. Winter solstice at Stonehenge paints an equally breathtaking scene as the sun sets along its axis, marking the shortest day of the year. This event may have held profound cultural or ceremonial significance for the monument's builders and users. It might have signified the start of winter, symbolizing the shift from darkness to longer days ahead. The deliberate alignment with solstices reveals an impressive grasp of solar movements throughout the year by those who built Stonehenge. Was it a practical aid in agriculture, or did it serve a deeper spiritual purpose? Perhaps it served as both, a tool for planting crops and a calendar marking the passage of time through celestial events. The absence of written records from that era adds to the mystique surrounding this ancient wonder. At Stonehenge, mystery shrouds its origins due to a lack of written records from its builders, the Neolithic people. This silence from the past is deafening because our primary sources for understanding the monument come much later, around 1130 AD in medieval texts. The significant time gap between creation and the first written mentions makes it tough to accurately grasp the original purpose or significance behind this ancient wonder. As a result, researchers must heavily rely on interpretations based on archaeological findings, the monument's layout, and its alignment with celestial events. This approach has led to an array of theories, such as Stonehenge serving as an astronomical observatory, a religious center, or even a site for healing rituals or burials. The diverse range of possibilities makes it challenging for anyone to determine why this monument was built in the first place. Without any written explanation specifying that reason, we're left with trying to piece together what we can from the texts available to us. When we think of the world's oldest structures, one name that inevitably pops up is the pyramids of Giza, and for good reason. They're incredibly ancient. The numerous artifacts unearthed within these monumental tombs give us a vivid glimpse into life during their construction, starkly contrasting with our times. However, Stonehenge presents a different picture entirely. Lacking in written records from its builders, the Neolithic people, we can't rely on historical texts like we do for the pyramids. Instead, we're left to examine the structure itself as our primary source of information. This might seem like a limitation, but it's actually what makes Stonehenge's age so remarkable. It predates the famous pyramids of Giza by thousands of years, with origins dating back approximately 9,000 years, making it one of the oldest structures in the world. Amongst the world's most enigmatic creations is Stonehenge, its age and purpose still shrouded in mystery, a testament to human ingenuity and our limited knowledge about the past. As we've explored so far, the absence of written records from the people who built it leaves us with more questions than answers. The first documented mentions of Stonehenge emerged much later, during the medieval period around 1130 AD, creating an immense historical gap that scientists have only recently started to bridge. Thanks to modern advancements in technology and scientific techniques, researchers are now able to uncover fresh insights into this ancient wonder. By analyzing the composition of its stones, they've been able to track their origin back to a specific location in West Woods, situated near the village of Lockeridge in Wiltshire, a groundbreaking discovery that's pushing our understanding of Stonehenge's history and purpose forward. As we delve deeper into the fascinating world of Stonehenge, a groundbreaking theory emerges, one that harmonizes with the monument's intricate layout to create an auditory symphony. Renowned researcher Stephen Waller has made a remarkable discovery by replicating sound illusions through carefully positioned musical instruments, demonstrating how their waves can produce alternating pockets of silence and increased volume when walked around. He observed that these quiet zones provided a sense of shelter from the soundscape, fostering feelings of peace. To further validate this auditory theory, Waller conducted an intriguing experiment where he blindfolded volunteers to see if they would instinctively identify the quieter patches, a testament to the power of sound in shaping our perceptions and possibly influencing the design of one of history's most enigmatic structures. Stephen Waller took this exploration a step further by asking participants, who were blindfolded and surrounded by these carefully placed instruments, to sketch what they imagined stood between them and the sound sources. Many of their drawings bore an uncanny resemblance to Stonehenge, with some even accurately depicting lintels, a distinctive feature of the monument. Waller's groundbreaking theory proposes that our ancient ancestors could have experienced similar auditory illusions during rituals or gatherings, feeling as though massive structures were encircling them. This experience might have been perceived as mystical, and it could have inspired the construction of a physical representation mirroring these virtual impressions. Stonehenge itself. He suggests that its design was influenced by interference pattern auditory illusions, creating areas with varying sound levels as one moved around the stones. Another perspective on this acoustic theory comes from Timothy Darville, an archaeology professor who acknowledges the possible role of sound in activities at Stonehenge, but believes that its primary purpose might have been different and that acoustics simply happened to be a byproduct of how it was built. Professor Timothy Darville presents an alternative viewpoint on Stonehenge's purpose, suggesting that it wasn't primarily designed with acoustic properties in mind, but rather as a replication of wooden structures using stone. He points out the resemblance of the main structure to wood-built constructions, indicating a possible shift from organic materials to stone for its construction and ritualistic significance. The positioning of key components seems aligned with setting up a framework or building, potentially hosting various rituals within this space. Darville also draws attention to the involvement of blue stones brought from distant locations, hinting at their ceremonial value. He challenges the idea that these stones were solely chosen for their acoustic benefits by questioning why they wouldn't have used local stones if that was the case. Instead, he believes the people who built Stonehenge needed those specific stones to achieve the desired acoustics or other effects we might not fully understand today, implying there's more to this ancient wonder than meets the eye. The Salisbury Plain, a vast 300-square-mile area in southern England, is steeped in history and holds numerous archaeological secrets waiting to be uncovered. Imagine a place where time stands still and history unfolds in every direction. Welcome to the Salisbury Plain, an enchanting expanse of chalky terrain that's been at the heart of human story for thousands of years. This incredible landscape has seen it all, from ancient civilizations rising and falling to cultures merging and evolving over millennia. The plain's unique geology has acted as a time capsule, preserving clues about our ancestors' lives, rituals, and societies in remarkably vivid detail. As you step onto this sacred land, burial mounds, settlements, temples, and ceremonial sites come alive with stories of people long gone. Beyond the iconic Stonehenge, the Salisbury Plain holds secrets waiting to be unearthed. From ancient artifacts that whisper tales of our shared past, to the remnants of forgotten rituals that paint a picture of human connection with this land. As we delve into its history, the Salisbury Plain reveals itself not just as an archaeological treasure trove, but also as a testament to our enduring bond with Earth and each other. Before Stonehenge took center stage, the Salisbury Plain was already a place of spiritual significance, home to 3 colossal timber pillars estimated to be around 10,000 years old, hinting at an early religious or ceremonial site that predates our iconic monument by millennia. Fast forward to 2014, when scientists embarked on a groundbreaking 4-year investigation, employing cutting-edge technology to unravel the mysteries hidden beneath this hallowed ground. Ground-penetrating radar, or GPR for short, played a crucial role in this archaeological quest. By firing radar pulses into the earth and analyzing the reflections that bounce back from subsurface features or varying materials, researchers were able to create detailed maps of underground structures and anomalies without ever having to dig a single hole. This non-invasive technique allowed them to uncover buried secrets, voids, and even disturbances in soil layers, each discovery painting a more vivid picture of our shared history. But there's still so much more to explore. Let's dive into more cutting-edge tools used for uncovering secrets beneath our feet, starting with LIDAR, light detection and ranging, a remote sensing technique that fires laser pulses from aircraft or drones to measure how long it takes for the light to bounce back after hitting the ground. This method creates incredibly detailed 3D maps of the terrain, revealing subtle surface features often concealed by vegetation or other obstructions. Moving on, we have magnetometers, instruments designed to detect variations in Earth's magnetic field, caused by subsurface structures made from magnetic materials like stone or fired clay. These buried structures can create disturbances in our planet's magnetic field, making it easier for archaeologists to track their presence. Lastly, there's electrical resistivity tomography, a technique that works on the principle that different materials have varying levels of resistance against electricity. Now that we've seen how cutting-edge tools like ground-penetrating radar LIDAR, and magnetometry are uncovering hidden secrets beneath our feet. Let's see where these discoveries lead us. The application of these technologies in the Stonehenge area has significantly expanded our understanding of this ancient site, revealing it as part of a much broader landscape of spiritual significance. By peeling back layers of earth, we're discovering a network of interconnected sacred areas that stretch across the Salisbury Plain, suggesting a deeply complex and culturally rich religious environment. The presence of these structures indicates that Stonehenge wasn't an isolated entity, but rather one element within a larger tapestry woven by our ancestors. Stonehenge. Just mention it and most people's minds conjure up images of ancient stones standing tall in an otherworldly landscape. But scratch beneath that surface and you'll find a tale as fascinating as it is complex, full of twists and turns that'll leave you wondering. The artifacts unearthed from around Stonehenge paint a picture of a site that has been at the heart of human activity for millennia. Think thousands of years worth of burial practices, craftsmanship, technological innovation, and cultural significance that spans across Bronze Age artisans to Roman-era visitors, even medieval period enthusiasts. Take the treasures found in the Wilsford G8 barrow, a 4,000-year-old woman's grave filled with pendants, beads, and fossils, each one telling us about the burial customs and material culture of ancient times. They're testaments to the advanced skills of long-lost artisans. The presence of Roman coins in the vicinity of Stonehenge suggests that even during the height of Roman power, this site held some sort of allure, perhaps a point of interest or a place imbued with cultural significance. And it doesn't stop there. The remnants of pottery, stone, and gold objects from the medieval period offer further proof of a continued human connection to Stonehenge throughout history, making this ancient structure one that has truly stood the test of time. As we wrap up this journey through time at one of Earth's most enigmatic sites, we find ourselves staring down a rabbit hole of mystery and speculation. The artifacts unearthed around Stonehenge don't just tell us about the lives of those who built it. They raise more questions than answers. We're not talking about run-of-the-mill historical intrigue here. We're diving headfirst into the realm of the unexplained, where theories that sound like something straight out of a sci-fi flick begin to swirl. Some folks point to the sheer scale and precision of Stonehenge's construction as evidence of a force beyond human. Advanced machinery. Check. Alien intervention. It's not entirely far-fetched when you consider that without solid records or explanations, we're left with more questions than answers. The why behind its design, how those massive stones were moved into place, and what symbolism they hold remains shrouded in secrecy, leaving the door wide open for a dash of extraterrestrial speculation. The intrigue surrounding Stonehenge isn't about to fade anytime soon. As we ponder the monumental feats achieved by ancient humans here, some of you might be thinking, could it really have been just them? Or did they get a little help from beyond our world? We'd love to hear your theories on this one. Share with us in the comments below what you think. Did these ancient builders have an edge that we're yet to uncover, or were they simply masters of their craft? If you found this journey through time as fascinating as we do, remember to hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing for more mind-bending explorations like this. We'll see you in the next video.